Hi everyone, Lance Hefner here with Roofing Done Right. Here I wanted to introduce you guys to a gentleman who we've decided to strategically position our company with. His name's Rob Kolb with RKC.
What's up, baby?
So Rob has got a lot of extensive experience in property damage. He is, by industry standards, what is considered to be an expert. There's individuals who contact him from all over the country all of the time, you know, asking for, you know, help in facilitating different situations and stuff like that. And one of the things that we've had the privilege of doing is really positioning our company with an individual and a company like what Rob has going on with RKC. So Rob, thank you for taking the time to sit down with us here today. Rob, can you kind of elaborate a little bit on kind of the trend that you've seen the industry have in terms of, you know, how claims are handled, whether they be properly or improperly in your experience?
Yeah, it's real simple. So across the board, doesn't matter if it's contractor, doesn't matter if it's an insurance company, it's a massive lack of training all the way across the board.
Okay.
So I was just recently down in Florida working the hurricane in Panama City, and you know, it's funny because when I was down there, you see billboards, you know, lowballed by your insurance company, and that's all you hear on the radio too. And I've been in this game now for 7 years, and with all my experience, you know, you hear a lot of people demonizing insurance companies, and I don't think that's the way to perceive it. What it is a fundamental lack of training by the adjuster. So think about it. These adjusters, you know, they recruit these new people, and they might give them a week of training, and they throw them into a catastrophe. These guys don't have the background of a contractor.
Yeah.
And so they're going out there and they're doing I truly believe they're doing the best they can to address this problem. They simply aren't a contractor, so they don't know how to
Right.
Same thing on the contractor side, okay, is a lot of the normal people in this area and around the country, they know how to put on roofs, they know how to build houses, but they have no idea how to facilitate insurance claims. And so that's really a big trend. I try to tell people when you're hiring a contractor, it's absolutely critical that they understand the insurance restoration process. And that's why I like to work with people like yourself that understand this process, so the client, the homeowner, is going to get a good experience from start to end.
Absolutely. So you mentioned that you were down in Panama working that event down there. So, you know, obviously we're in Ohio.
Yep.
We don't have hurricanes. You know, we occasionally will have tornadoes and high winds of that nature. But, you know, if somebody lives in, you know, really any area nowadays, you know, there's a lot of wind coming through Northwest Ohio and things of that nature.
All the time.
You know, how is somebody to know whether or not what they currently have going on with their house is justifiable for a free inspection or even an insurance claim for that matter?
That's a really tough question. You really need to have somebody like you come out and inspect it. I mean, if you see water spots in a room upstairs, you know your roof's leaking, you know you have a problem.
That's the visible type stuff.
That's the visible type stuff.
Yeah.
But let's say you, where you live, let's say you've had some heavy winds.
Mm-hmm.
So often, so I like to tell...
We live in Perrysburg. I mean, that's like a...
Winds all the time.
Oh my gosh,
Right.
my house got blown over the other day.
So what happens with shingles so often is that there's an adhesive strip at the end that keeps them down, right?
Okay.
So there's 3 steps of shingle failure.
Okay.
First step of failure is that adhesive strip breaks, and now the
Okay.
shingle's not sealed down anymore.
Okay.
So what will happen so often is the wind will blow these shingles up to 90 degrees or 120 degrees with the wind, and they settle back down.
Okay.
Okay. Obviously, you're not outside when the storm's happening, so you're not seeing this process.
Yeah.
By the time you go out, it's sunny and your roof looks fine.
Right.
Realistically, the shingle now has creased, and a creased shingle is the same as a missing shingle because it's now you have functional damage. Water is going to get in that crevice, and you're going to start seeing those watermarks.
Now the winds you're talking about are probably like 100-mile-an-hour winds, or you know, 135-mile-an-hour winds, like a lot of shingle warranties are these days.
No, you wouldn't believe it. So some shingles fail at 60 miles an hour.
Are you serious?
And on top of that, understand this. Let's say, for example, we have a 35-mile-per-hour sustained wind for like 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
And that's wind just working and working and working on the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Consistent long-term wind can do similar damage to 60 or 70 mile per hour winds.
Really?
So we don't even necessarily need to have 60 or 70 mile per hour winds to do serious damage.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. So now, in terms of things that you've dealt with, okay, so you got the exterior stuff, which is which is the basics, which is what most roofing companies deal with.
Yep.
So, but one of the reasons why we chose to partner up strategically with your company is because you're not just coming out and doing the basic roof inspection or even just the around the house inspection.
Yes.
You guys are doing a much more thorough, in-depth inspection of the interior, which, based on our experience, 8 out of 10 homes are having damage of some level on the interior. Can you kind of touch a little bit on that?
Yeah, so here's another reason why I hate when roofing contractors try to dabble in insurance claims. Because generally speaking, what's the motivator for a roofing contractor? It's to get the roof, right? They don't care about the interior. They don't even look at it. That's why you gotta hire somebody like Roofing Done Right that's going to make sure the roof is looked at, make sure the siding's looked at, make sure every bedroom, hallway, and closet are adequately inspected to get a full, thorough, and accurate estimate, and make sure all damages are correctly covered. That is the difference between your average roofing company and a professional general contractor.
Right on. Now, I really appreciate that. One of the things that we truly believe here at Roofing Done Right is, yes, we try to really, know as much as what we can about everything that we do, but what ultimately separates us from a lot of different companies is the people and companies that we've chosen to surround ourselves with, because just because we are very good at what we do, Rob is even better in certain areas than what we are at exactly what it is that we do. So we've chosen to strategically partner up with somebody like him and his company to handle certain aspects of the claim, which ultimately brings the entire thing full circle with offering the homeowner exactly what it is that they should be offered, from the get-go, but ultimately are not in most cases.
And not to cut you off, buddy, but let me state this. I'm selective on the contractors I work with. So if you call me as a contractor, I might not necessarily work with you, okay? Because you need to know what you're doing, or else you're going to make my life hard, and I'm not going to want to work with you. What's interesting about Lance is you don't even have sales staff.
No.
Your people out in the field have backgrounds as adjusters.
Yeah, we've it's so easy to just pick people from the litter and throw them out there to go and knock doors in hopes to try and get a roof sale. I feel that there's way more value being brought to the table when you've got somebody who has industry experience, knowing exactly what it is that they're looking for, as opposed to just going out there and hiring any Joe off the street. So that's part of the reason why we've chosen to work the way that we do.
It's huge.
So, all right, people. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to see this video again. Again, this is Rob Cole with RKC. His information will be in this video along with mine, my phone number and email address. You can check us out on social media and or at roofingdoneright.com. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
See ya.